Hello and good morning from the Philippines. It is 9 a.m. It is warming up already. Summer's here. That's Philippines, Humidity. No cam. Good morning. Robin, hello from your favorite country, Norway. Gary Steele, how you doing? Never been to Norway. Don't know anything about Norway. I never I've heard of it, but I've never been there. It says there's 4 people right now. I'll wait for more rain. You know what? We did have rain last night. No, Cam. Matter of fact, it woke me up. Bruce, how you doing this morning? Bruce. Hello, Brian from Florida, USA. I know you're from Florida, Bruce. Brent Johnson, hi from Florida. Oh, Brent's from Florida also. All right. Got 2 Floridians here. Is that what you call them? Floridians, a sunshine state. Let me think. I've been to Florida when we were younger. I was probably 12, 13 years old. We went down to Florida, went to, of course, Disneyland, checked out Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one it is. I'm sure Bruce can correct me. And then I was down in Florida for Bike Week. I know they just had Bike Week down there a couple weeks ago. Bruce, I know you were down there. You were with Joseph, and Joseph was saying how cold it was. Man, when I was down there for Bike Week, I remember it was cold too. It was cold for the first few days. Matter of fact, that's where I went and bought. I had a leather jacket, but that's where I went and bought my chaps, whatever you want to call them. And I had them chaps all the way up to the day I left to move to the Philippines. But it does get cold down there. But then again, you're coming from the East Coast down to Florida. It's still warm. That's how I looked at it. Hi, Philly from Chicago. Let us know when we can arrive to NAIA. Coffee Dur. And it'll be out there. It will be out there when everybody can arrive, when they will start allowing foreigners back in, on visitors' visas. It'll be breaking news. It'll be big news. But right now, as it stands, it's not happening. We still are under this modified GCQ is what it is. I don't know why people want to keep calling it lockdown. I remember lockdown. You couldn't even leave the area you lived. They had security guys there, and they wouldn't let you out. And that was a lockdown. Nobody could work. Jeepneys weren't running. Trikes weren't running. Nothing. That was a lockdown. This is a modified GCQ. It'll be breaking news. That's for sure. No Mac says I'm a hillbilly from Kentucky. Disney World is Orlando. Disneyland is California. They even have a Disney. I don't know what it would be called over in is it Japan? Japan, they have one. Never been there. I've watched videos on it. I don't know how it compares to, back in the States, but they do have one. Texas checking in. Good morning, George, or I guess it's evening. Sean in San Francisco. Mike in the Philippines. Good morning from Ottawa, Canada. Mike in the Philippines is not in the Philippines. He's in Ottawa, Canada right now. Good morning from the frozen spring tundra of Montana. Alan says, I hope things reopen soon. My house is being built. Malolos. I want to come to supervise the finishing work. I hear you, Mike or Alan, and I don't blame you. It's nothing. I mean, no matter where you are, Philippines, States, Germany, Italy, wherever, when you're having something big built like that, you always want to supervise. Make sure everything's being done right, the way you want them done right. You can have somebody there in charge, but you know what? when you're the one that's having it built, you definitely want to be there, making sure it's done the way you want it to be done. But yeah, I completely understand that. Ricky, how you doing? Hi from Vancouver, Canada. How's your nose? I guess my nose is doing all right. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it. My nose is messed up to begin with. Like, it's weird. Like, this side's lower and this side's higher. It's weird to begin with. Good morning, James. How are you doing? I heard only the people with money can get a COVID shot in the Philippines. True or not true? I have not heard anything about that. Um, is it true or is it not true? And once again, if you have a ton of money, and I'm talking millions and millions of dollars, which I don't think anybody in this chat has it. I could be wrong. If you do have it, maybe you could generously give me some. But money can get you. If you could get into the Philippines if you had millions and millions of dollars. Money buys anything, especially here. But I did not hear about that. The only thing I'm hearing is a lot of the people just flat out are refusing to even take it. And I even ask people now, if it's free, would you take it? And they still say no. But I didn't hear anything about that. What are my plans for today? I got to run up onto Clark. I've got to change my internet speed, get rid of my cable TV. Ran up there yesterday, and they gave us the plans. And get this, I'll do a video about it. You guys are here. I went in and I said, I want to upgrade my internet. And they showed me the plans. I said, well, what if I move it up to 100 Mbps? And they said, well, in order to do that, you need to give us a credit card with all your information. And there has to be a minimum of 150,000 pesos on that credit card. What? And it was only like 3,500 pesos, something like that, a month bill. But they require that. I guess if you back out or whatever and you don't pay them, they grab your card and they swipe it and take your money. But I'm like, that's just crazy. They did, however, say, because I'm like, I don't own a credit card here in the Philippines. They did, however, say you can bring in a bank statement and we'll see if we can verify it. But that's what's on the agenda. I got to run up there. President of the Philippines says 2020, when enough people are vaccinated to open up for the tourists. Mike, here's the thing, though. Next year's election. So he won't even be in 2023. So a lot can change from now till then. Hello from Hoboken. Where are we at here? Hi, Brian. How you doing, Mark? Hi, Brian. Came back to Cali in March last year for procedures at the VA and been stuck here ever since. Can't wait to get back to my life in Davao. You, along with a lot of people, Mark. Speaking of the VA, I talk to a guy pretty much every day. He's a vet. And I don't know if they're taking appointments down there at the VA or not. I think they are, he said. When it comes to medication, I think they're shipping it. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what he was telling me. The VA in Manila. James, I love my Fire Stick. What VPN are you using? I use Express VPN. I've also noticed too, because I'm new to this. I've also noticed too that I don't even need to put my VPN on for certain channels. Just doesn't require it. But ExpressVPN, I've always used ExpressVPN. Jennifer, good morning. Steve says, having a hard time sending money to the Philippines from Western Union. Others having trouble too. I can't answer that. Maybe somebody here in the chat can. Um, I I've used Western Union one time to send somebody money, or I actually picked up some money from somebody and then sent the money back to them. I used it one time here, so I don't know. I haven't really used it. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Where are we at? I'm way behind, guys. What's up, Philly? Has a scuba going? Um, Told Lit next month. I told Lit, I said, I want to maybe next month plan to go down again. Um, I am scuba diving here in Anglers. But yes, definitely. I could go down to Subic, but I did some diving in Subic, and I talked to other people and stuff. It's a good place, I guess, to get certified if you're close here, and you can't get anywhere else. But to actually go down there, spend money in diving, it's not something I like doing. Brian, if you're planning to visit Ole Philly, just come to visit. All right, Brian, if you plan on visiting Ole Philly, just come to visit. Hello, Brian from Michigan. Going lockdown again. Maybe stay or safe there. How was Gary from Dublin? How are things with you? I am doing good. I hope everything is good with you, Gary. Good morning from South Dakota. Never been out to South Dakota either. You said you had a blister on the top of your nose. Is it okay now? Must have been if you forgot about it. Yeah. Oh, no. I think I had it on top of my nose. Yeah, up there. Yeah, it was it wasn't a blister or whatever. It was a skin tag. And at night, I'm sitting there and I ripped it off and it started bleeding. Now, she got a blister under her nose. The other day, she was cooking some chicken and the grease and everything popped up and got her up under her nose, and she said it was really, really sore. And we have aloe plants outside. And I remember my grandmother, every time we would get burned or something, she would take that aloe plant, rub it on there. So I was telling, look, take that aloe plant, rub it on there. And so, yeah, we both had bad sore noses there for a while. Now I know what you're talking about. Where are we at? Let me see. Sorry, guys, if I'm way behind. Mark says, got my Pfizer shot, 2 shots in the VA, no problem. I'd rather be back in Davao. Here's another thing, too. I mean, like Mark, and I'm sure other people are doing it. If I would say, this is just me saying it, and it's up to each individual person. But like Mark there and other people, get them shots if you want to travel to the Philippines. Because first of all, you never know what they're going to come. They might say, okay, yes, you can enter, but we're only going to allow people to enter if they have the vaccination shot. And that might be the first phase that they're going to start allowing. We don't know. Nobody knows. But it's kind of good to be ahead of the game, I guess. I mean, it's one of those things. If you want the shot, I guess you want the shot. If you don't, you don't. My mom, she got it. She don't have a problem. My sister-in-law works in the medical field. She got it. It's up to individual person, but like Mark and a lot of other people, I guess they're thinking ahead. Okay, I'm going to get this, or maybe they just wanted to get the shot, but they're thinking ahead. Okay, I'm getting it because we don't know what's going to happen. But once again, it's up to each individual person. Don't overpay too much. Bruce says you only need 10 down to stream HD video. Right now, Bruce, I have fiber optic, and I have 25 right now. And still, some shows still buffer. Not all of them, but some. I was watching WrestleMania. I'm a big wrestling fan. I love now. I have the wrestling channel, the WWE channel. I got to watch WrestleMania, and it was running fine. It would stop a little bit, but then run, and then a little bit. And it got to the end, and it just sat there. It was the main event, and it sat there, buffer. Oh, come on, I'm missing. And it was like the grand finale. You know when it's coming to an end, because wrestling's real. Remember that. And it buffered. When it came back on, there he was, Roman Reigns holding the belt again. I'm like, damn it, I didn't even get to see how he won. But I'm running 25 now. I don't think I'm going to go with the 100. I'll jump up to 50 because I think 50 is the next one on the plan. And I'll just see how that runs. But yeah. Hi, folks. Loy. Good morning, Brian from Oklahoma City. Jaden, hello. Dixie K. Acre, greetings from South Carolina. Hello from Bobo. I don't know what that is. Philippines is finished. Tourist equals no money. Hope you have some savings left. Keep calm and do this. I don't see what his icon is. Many countries are in the same situation. They'll bounce back. Sorry, hang on. Where are we at here? I know I'm way behind. How are the locals here treating you? With acting like they like you, but they talk Tagalog, so you can't understand what they're saying. They treat me fine. I would say more people, when I was living back in the States, talk behind my back more than the people here. Then again, you don't know because you don't speak Tagalog. But I've never, I'm sure there are grumpy Filipino people out there. You catch them at the wrong day and this and that. But you guys see in my video, you can just walk down the street, say hello, how you doing? They'll talk to you. They'll say hello to you. Some, get nosebleeds and they don't. But if you watch that video the other day, I ran into that gentleman, Filipino, who was a school teacher, and he just sat there and started talking to me. Some people will just sit and talk to you. But I don't notice anybody, then again, you don't know. Nobody's treating me bad, You treat somebody with respect, no matter where you are in the world, they're going to treat you back with the same respect. If you walk around, and there are expats here that think you're just so much better than the people, these are the ones, they all live in, an expat community. They hang out with expats 24/7. Yes, they have Filipino girlfriends, but all their girlfriends are all girlfriends of the other expats. They don't, say if their girlfriend's family is having a get together, they won't go over to their family. They think interacting with the Filipino people is going to the mall. So yeah, if you think you're better and your shit don't stink, basically, yeah, they're gonna notice that. But you know what? If you're an average, everyday, down to earth person, treating people with respect, they'll respect you right back. Sorry, guys. Now I know I'm way behind. If you have content blocked in the Philippines, you need a VPN. You are correct. SF Bukaki. How you doing, SF? Hernan Gilma. They wanted me to sign a declaration saying I'm sending off on my own free will. Okay. Mike says, I gave up on Western Union when it comes to sending in the Philippines. I use Remit now, no problem. Heard of Remit. but don't really know anything about them. When I first started coming here back in 2012, Exum, I would send money via Exum, and I never had a problem with Exum. It's have issues as well, not letting the person pick it up because we're not related. Go figure. Kenny D, you must be talking about Western Union. I guess it depends on what Western Union, and let's face it, guys, and some people just, I don't know if they're blind to it or they just don't want to admit it. There is a lot of scamming, and via Western Union, via money, there just is. And I don't know if maybe it's just Western Union protecting themselves, protecting the people. Who knows? Who knows? Stopped using W and now use Exum. Never had a problem with MoneyGram except on occasional delay for cash pickup. I think it's MoneyGram. My mom, of course, like birthdays and Christmas, she'll send money. She's like, "How do I send money? How do I send money?" I'm like, "Well, don't write a check and don't send it through the mail." So she went down to Walmart, and I think it's MoneyGram that they use at Walmart. And then she, of course, gives me the code. And I know when she sends it, she actually puts it in Lut's name. So then Lut will go to Cebuana, M-Lawyer, one of them, take her passport with her name on it to verify it. And then she's allowed to get it. Now, they're weirdos. Sometimes you go into some and they'll be like, "We need 2 identifications." And she might not have it. You go into others and you just need 1. But yeah, MoneyGram, my mom has sent it and I've never had a problem with it. Here's another one. Never used Western Union, using Zoom since 2008, never had a problem. Scuba, some come up barely alive. I know I'm behind. I don't know if you can answer this question. How hard is it to get a single Filipina a tourist visa? Mark, I know people that have applied to get a Filipino a tourist visa to come to the United States. And from what I'm told, it's very, very, very hard. Now, back to what I was saying earlier. If that Filipino has tons and hundreds of millions of pesos in a bank, they have businesses here, it's a lot easier. Because what it is they want to make sure that Filipino has something to come back to where, say you have a Filipino girlfriend, she's your girlfriend, maybe she works at a call center or maybe she does have a job or something like that, but she has no assets here in the Philippines. They look at it like, well, she has nothing to really come back to. So why are we going to give it to her? I was told it's hard. Then I've heard stories where other guys said, "Oh, I applied and my girlfriend got it." I always tell people, I don't know if they're doing it. Apply if you want your girlfriend to come to the United States, get her the K1 visa, the fiance visa. And let me tell you why. Even though you don't plan to get married, but you want her to come to the States, see what it's like. Maybe you want to get married later on down the road, whatever. Apply for that visa because you can apply for it. Yeah, it takes months for it to go through for process work, but she can come to the States. Now, if you want to get married, you can get married you have to get married within 90 days. But say after a month and a half or whatever, and you know you're not going to get married and you've planned it like this, she just has to return back to the Philippines. and then that visa is null and void. Now you can reapply for another one again, if I'm not mistaken, a year later. But that is a way for people to get their girlfriend or whatever to the States to see what the States is like. Um, I know people that have done that, but like I said, just a tourist visa, very hard. Where are we at? Sorry. There you go. Like Bruce says, easier to capture lightning in a jar. It is hard. It is hard. I mean, I guess the only thing you can do is apply and see what happens. See what happens. Kenneth says, is swimming with the whale sharks on your bucket list? Yes, it was on my bucket list because I've done it already 2 years ago now, maybe, down in Oslo. Me, Hannah Grace went down there to Oslo pre-COVID, and we swam with the whale sharks. I did it. Here's my experience with it. It was great just being in the water with these just big, beautiful, massive whale sharks. I mean, they were huge and they were right in your face. And what I didn't like is there were so many people there. Where we stayed, they actually sent somebody down early in the morning when they first opened up and signed us up and everything like that. And then we came down. So we were already there on paperwork to do it. But there were so many people. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then you got on a boat. They paddled you out because they didn't use motors for, just so, there would be no accidents. You jump in the water. You swim around for about 15 minutes with a bunch of people, hop back in the boat. They row you to shore. Then that's it. That was the only down thing that I didn't care for. But it was beautiful to see those big, beautiful whale sharks. Where are we at here? Let me go down. Let me go down. Sorry, guys. I'm reading through. Is it possible to get pure vegetarian food in the Philippines? I'm not a vegetarian. I would imagine. I know the one woman here that runs a little store, Pinky's, where I always purchase my bacon and sausage and stuff. I know she is catering to people, and she's been catering to people now that are on like special diets and things like that. Um, they'll contact her and she sets up a meal plan for these people, which I think is awesome that she does that. That's a smart businesswoman. Um, so I would imagine you could sure vegetarian food, and if I would imagine. I mean, I'm not a vegetarian. Um, never even looked into what vegetarians are. I've heard of the name, but never really looked into it. I'm sure you can. Um, where are we at here? Hello from Ireland. How you doing, Ireland? Well, where are we at? Sorry, guys. Dan455TX, thank you for the super chat. Cost isn't the issue with me. So, what's the best internet speed that can be bought? Here on my plan or through Converge that I've seen? I think the highest they have is, I don't think I have the paper here. I don't think I have it. It might be 100. It might be 100 Mbps. Um, and that runs about 3,500 pesos a month. There might be higher. I just don't have the paper here with me. There could be. But that's what I don't, yeah, I didn't, I thought I had that. Anyways, it could be higher than 100 Mbps. Um, oh, where are we at here? Denny B. How's Denny B? Uh, Ryan, we're being targeted. Did you and your family get that your 1,000 pesos per person on the government? No, I don't think anybody I know ever got anything like that from this government. You look like you're feeling good and healthy, much better than years ago. Better than a year ago. You seem to have more energy. Keep up the good work. Whatever you're doing is working for you. Thank you. Uh, what am I doing? I don't know. I know I feel better and healthier than when I was back in the States. Gary said, you haven't showed the walking street in 3 days. I'm starting to get withdrawals from not seeing it. It's, some people, oh, I'm tired of seeing it. Well, you know what? It once a week, um, I go up and I just show it. And there's really nothing going on. I mean, people like to see it. Why? I don't know. And here's the thing, guys. When I do it, I'm uploading a video of what's going on. I'm showing you, okay, here's what's going on. I'm not uploading old videos, from 3 years, 2 years, 4 years ago about it. They're new. They're everyday video. There's nothing going on. During the day, I could walk down there in the middle of the night, but people like to see it. People just like to see it. So that's why. That's why. Seward City, Iowa. Here, I enjoy your last vacation dives. That place reminds me of the '60s and '70s Mediterranean film. Very photogenic area. Yeah, it is, Brian. Like I was saying earlier, I told Lut maybe next month. Next month, back down there again. There's nothing going on. Uh, Once they do start allowing us, I've already talked about it. Getting down there to Darwin, that area there, Apple Island, um, doing some diving there. Matter of fact, when we do go back down to Puerto Galera, Lut and I plan to do the advanced course. We've already talked about that. Talked to the dive master there, the one that does the training and everything. So we are going to do that. Um, so maybe next month. We'll have to see. Denny, you hear that? Maybe next month. Sorry. Let me catch up here. Uh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me scroll through. I don't know what this is. Uh, Hang on, guys. Let me scroll. Hello from Guam. How you doing, Guam? Don't send money to the Philippines. Uh, where are we at? Sorry, guys. I know you like the Fire Stick. I bring it to the Philippines 5 years ago. My cousins love it. Yeah. Hello from New Jersey. I'm married 4 years. I trust her even her. She even has a credit card. 3 years has not used it. Well, that's the thing, like Mike there. If you marry a Filipino, I hope you trust them. you know, um, I'm trying to think. Here, Lut and we have a joint account. Um, and Lutz never, the whole time we've been here, never even withdrew from that account. Never off of her credit card, never went in and withdrew money out of the account or anything like that. She's never done that. Um, Not that she couldn't, but the thing is, if she would, she would tell me, of course, hey, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do this. Um, but yeah, you'd be surprised. I have a friend. I wouldn't call him I know him. I worked with him. He was married to a Filipino. Brought her over to the States and everything like that. Man, this woman ran his credit cards through the roof. Because I said to him one day, and this guy he had like 30 some years working, and he could easily have retired after 2020. I mean, he was making top of the line money, and um, this guy was working all this overtime. And I knew his house was paid for, and I knew, he had a car and that was paid for. One day I said to him, I said, dude, why are you still working? Like, you're working just basically for a paycheck. You're not building any more on your retirement because you've maxed out at the full retirement. And he told me, my wife, man, she ran my credit cards up. Now I got to pay them off. And so, yeah, man, felt bad. I mean, I guess, should I say I felt bad for him? Then again, I don't know his whole entire marriage situation either. Maybe he was at work all the time because he wasn't happy. Who knows? Uh, you still get an allowance from your mommy? No, if you're talking to me, no, I don't get allowance. Never got an allowance. We didn't grow up like some people want to say. I won't say it. I won't go. I won't go there. But no, we just didn't get handed money when we were growing up. We all had chores um, that we had to do around the house. Um, my dad was, oh, you want a place to live? My dad was, he was just, he was an old stubborn Pennsylvania Dutchman, and he worked. He worked hard, um, but it was always, and we never. I mean, we always had food on the table, and we didn't eat out all the time. We weren't eating steaks and everything like that every night either. But it was always like, you know, you want to, you want something in life, you got to work for it. Um, we all like when we were, I think it might have been like 12 years old when we could get a paper route. We all got paper routes. We rode our bicycle around back in the day, delivering newspapers. Then I went down the street. I got a job down at the ice factory place, and I worked there. We worked. We made our own money. We didn't, get allowances from it. I think you might be kidding, Joseph, but anyway, I'm just telling my story. Like a lot of people our age did, not like nowadays, where some kids just think they're entitled to things. Um, we worked, we worked for it. Can I have an allowance? Critter hunter. Yes, I'll give you an allowance once you go find that blue ringed octopus. You guys are into diving and everything like that too, and you like underwater photography and videos and everything like that. Check out the Critter Hunter. When everything is lifted here and we can travel freely, we will be coming down and diving with the Critter Hunter and Darwin. But yeah, you guys see my videos and you see all the big fish and all the the coral reefs. And Critter Hunter, he gets down there and he videotapes these little critters. Some are no bigger and smaller than your pinky nail. I'll swim right by them. He video them. So if you like, like I said, scuba diving and wanting to learn about different things here in the Philippines and where to dive, and he's very knowledgeable about underwater animals and these little critters and stuff, go check out his channel. It's a great channel. Where are we at? Jeff Spicoli. Hope you and your family are doing good. I am doing good, Jeff. I hope you're doing good. Mac White says, don't send money to people you have not personally met. I agree 100%. But then again, it's always up to the person, It's always up to that person what they plan to do. There's videos out there and advice out there and stuff now, and whatever person chooses to do, that's what they choose to do. Just got to be out. Just got to watch out. There are scammers out there. There are scammers. Now, do you think these scammers are going to come up on their channel and say, hey, I'm scamming you? No. Be like a criminal going down the street, robbing a bank, then turning around after they rob the bank, going to the police station and say, hey, I robbed the bank. They're scammers for a reason. They're scammers because that's what they do. They're not going to tell you they're scamming you. They're not going to tell you I'm scamming 20 other people. They're not going to tell you that. But there are scammers out there. So I did a video on it. How do you ensure your medical coverage? PhilHealth alone? I have medical coverage from back in the States that covers me over here. I also have PhilHealth through my wife. PhilHealth changed their whole setup and their whole system a couple years back. If they haven't changed it, they had different tiers, A, B, C, D, Z, whatever. And at one point, as a foreigner, you could pay for it, and you had every single tier and option that they provided. Then they turn around and they raised the price for foreigners and dropped some of the tiers. I'm not 100% up to date on it, so I can't really give you good solid information. Christopher Attons, a $4 super sticker. Thank you, Christopher. Where are we at here? If you like WWE wrestling, you should also check out AEW wrestling. Very entertaining. I have checked out AEW. Yes, I have. WrestleMania was awesome. Yes, it was. That's one of the reasons I'm super happy with my Fire Stick, because I'll watch the WWE channel, and watch the stories of the old, some of the wrestlers and how they came to be who they are and their life and their achievements and all that. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I just am. I know, soap opera for men, right? Where are we at here, guys? Yeah, when I was growing up, I walked 3 miles in the snow to school, uphill both ways. Mark, I remember hearing that. I grew up, rode a school bus, but I remember hearing that too. The old, yeah, when I grew up, we walked 10 miles one way and this and that. And, hey, here's the weird thing, guys. And I noticed this back in the States. You get stuck behind a school bus. Man, they stopped like every 2 blocks to pick up kids. Drive another 2 blocks, stop, pick up, drive another two. Man, when I was growing up, here's the old when I was growing up, man, everybody within, 5 block radius or whatever would come to one bus stop and we waited there. We just did. Now it seems like, man, they'll stop at your house every, hey, call them up. Hey, I'm at such and such an address. I pay taxes in the school bus. You're going to stop in front of my house. It's crazy. Now, it might be different in other parts of the United States, but man, I noticed that where I lived, and when I would get up in the morning to go to work, I would purposely leave early because if you get stuck behind one of them buses, man, you were forever waiting. Where are we at? Someone is quoting Monty Python. Two beers. Nah, I get it. I'll be getting out there. Where are we at here? Oh, I'm going to talk about this before I leave. I noticed that and the person got his channel back. There was a YouTuber here. That was the name of it. I've heard of the channel, but really didn't really follow it. It's just kind of not my thing. What is it? Every man has a story. I think that was it. Somebody hacked into his account. He now has it back. He now has his channel back, which brings me to this point. I know a lot of you guys like to leave links and stuff in the comments, but I just ask you not to. I mean, and you might have a great link, you might have a great comment and everything like that, but I don't know the link and I don't want to click on it. I don't want other subscribers to click on it. I just remove the comment. Nothing against you, nothing against, it's just the links they're a touchy thing. And even people I know, met personally and stuff, if they even throw a link up in the comments, I'll even remove that. Because you don't know where the link is coming from. And you might be honest in it and stuff. But I always remove them. I have my settings is where if there's an inappropriate comment or if there's a link or if there's something attached to a comment, it goes into a separate section that I can review, held for review. And I remove that. Here's what's happening too. I mean, if you're a YouTuber out there and you're listening right now, I started, and I noticed I was starting to get these a few months back, emails to my email being sent to me. And they're saying, hi, we're so-and-so with a reputable company here. We would love to advertise on one of your upcoming videos, a 10-second ad. If you're interested, please contact us and we can talk and everything like that. And I've gotten them. I looked at a few of them, never contacted them back, just kind of read the email and stuff. I'm like, this is like some kind of scam. First of all, the way a YouTuber generates revenue is off of AdSense, commercials you see. So you think AdSense is going to allow somebody to come in and backdoor them? No. So I get a few of these weekly. I delete them. And evidently what happened was he got an advertiser from Levi saying, hey, we want to advertise on your channel, da, 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 da. And he followed through with it. And they sent him a link. And then, boom, he downloaded this link. Well, what he was doing was he was downloading a virus into his system. And they somehow went in there and they shut his channel down and everything like that. But he does have it back. He does now have it back. But my point is, guys, I know you mean well, leaving links in and stuff like that. But I just remove the comment. It's nothing to do with you, or I don't like you anymore, or I don't like your comment. It's just to protect me and you, for what I mean. But yeah, he and who won, man. I like I said, I caught on to this months ago. I'm like, no. But I mean, come on, like that'd be like Nike contacting me and saying, hey, we love your videos, and and they'll create these real fancy looking web pages. If you click on and you think they're legit and stuff like that. And yeah, who wouldn't be excited to have somebody, a big company being interested in your channel or whatever? But scams, man, another scam. I know there's some people that don't think anybody scams anybody, but scams, that's what they'll do. So don't like get upset or mad or anything like that if I remove a comment. That's what I just do. And there's another one too, and you see these, they pop up. They get thrown over into my helpful review. It says something like hotgirls.com or something like that. But that's some type of, who knows what that is? Who knows what that is? They just automatically get moved to the dum-dum list, where you can't even comment anymore. But yeah, that's what's going on. If you haven't, I know most of the people probably in here have subscribed because they know I'm online doing a live show and everything like that. But if you haven't subscribed, take the time to subscribe and hit the bell button. Let you know when I'm on. Protect and to serve. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Got to head up on the Clark, take care of that. Head to the bank. Just got different things I got to do today. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for saying hello. Beware of the scammers out there. Somebody might even say I'm a scammer. I don't know. You never know. You never know nowadays, right? So anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later.